So I had, excuse me, I had somebody recently ask me if this is my real photo, and I was like, yeah, it's an old photo from 1980. I was working at the Aintree Playhouse in Aintree, Massachusetts, and I did everything. I made salads, I worked in the kitchen, I pulled the curtain, I did special effects, and then I was an understudy Kit Kat girl. Because we were doing a run of cabaret, and it was very complicated. So the gentleman who did our choreography, and he was also the lead, his body type resembled Joel Grey, and of course his face didn't, but he was very much like that. Obviously not Joel Grey, because there's only one of him, but he was of that body type, and he was a very talented choreographer and very personable. And him and his partner had moved to the Aintree Newport sort of area because they had heard that up with border in New Hampshire there was alien sightings, and I'm like, well, there's Pease Air Force Base, so what up? And Reed was wonderful. That man knew how to lead a woman in dance, and he was gay. So I was pulling curtain for cabaret, but I was an understudy. So Bill, the owner of the theater, said, you're going to be the understudy. And I'm like, all right. I didn't even know. I was like, I knew what it was, but I didn't quite. And then sure enough, a lady who was acting had told Bill, I'm going home to see my family for Christmas. And he didn't quite believe her or understand or get it. And she took off in our last 2-week run of cabaret. And I was a curtain puller. I was not a dancer. I was not a singer. I was nothing. I was nobody. I was helping people change and making salads, doing costume and special effects. I was behind the scenes, man, not on stage. Pas moi. I was sitting in the dressing room with a long mirror, knitting my scarf, waiting to change some guy's 13 buttons on a sailor costume that we rented for cabaret. I was nobody. Nothing. And, but Rita trained me. And this lady took off, and they're like, Jennifer, you're going up on stage. And these people had 2 months, man. I had 2 weeks. I put on my character shoes and my fishnet stockings and my little shorts and halter top. And I learned the steps to cabaret and the songs in 2 weeks. That took those people 2 months. So I suggest you shut up and sit down and mind your betters. Because I ain't nobody. And everybody said I resembled Jennifer Grey. And I don't resemble Jennifer Grey. I remember Jennifer Crowley. Although, well, they did say, people would say, I know you're only 16 or 17, Jennifer, but you have good legs. I have stories. And I'm a player. But I'm not a male player, because them people suck, man. Stop it. Why don't you just be nice to everybody? I cannot stand this stuff. Put your sticks down and pick up a wand. Maybe I'll pick up your wand. Only if you're nice to me. No dick pics, because that stuff. What the hell is up with dick pics? I've seen a penis before. I can watch a porn movie all day long. My friend used to send me jokey stuff of tattooed dicks. I used to have a little boy baby. I had to wipe that. I mean, come on. We all know what a dick is. We all know what a vagina is. We know what tits are. Let's just stop this bullshit. Sorry. Sometimes I say that. Let's just stop it. Okay? Be nice. Remember, cabaret was about the Nazis coming in and nobody doing anything. And I didn't really get that when I was 16 until I studied and watched it, and Liza Minnelli and blah, 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 blah. And I didn't know anything. I was sheltered. And then I went out and I explored the world, and I listened to people. I talked to people And I didn't look at their skin color. I mean, of course I did. Everybody's stereotypes. Like, where are you from? What are you doing? Blah, blah. People come up to me all the time. Can I touch your hair? Can I touch your hair? Are you part of African American? I'm like, I don't think so, but okay. Because I have curly hair. I have long curly hair. I have rock star hair. And we're all rock stars. Like that musician, Native Canadian guy said. I'm part Native too. We had stories. Nobody could prove it, but I went with 23andMe because it was a Canadian company. And when I worked at Camp Card Textron, I had to deal with getting proof of delivery and stuff so I could get the invoices paid. And oh gosh, it was difficult. It was like slogging through mud uphill. But when I called the Canadian manager once of it was Freightliner, which is owned by Chrysler Mercedes-Benz, I called him. I love to call him because I never had any problem with him. I would call him, say, Dave, whatever his name was, Dave, blah, blah, blah. And me and him would trade quips in a really dry sense of humor, and he was very polite, but yet a little frisky. And I'm like, I love dealing with those Canadian guys because that was it. I just make a 5-minute phone call to have a nice guy talk to me at work. Then I'm dealing with other people, and it was difficult. But you know, I get along with anybody. I wish people would stop projecting their problems onto me. Like Jennifer, you're looking for a handout. I'm not. Jennifer, you're looking for this. Jennifer, I'm not. You're looking for me. I'm not looking for you. I'm here for you. And at the same time, if you're trying to suck off of me and you're a grown man or woman or person, you know what? Why don't you go get your own therapy? Because I've been through therapy my entire life, several times, and I've had very many medical professionals tell me I am not bipolar. I have anxiety. And my anxiety is caused by being a product of my upbringing. We're all a product of our upbringing, aren't we? Is it nature or nurture? I think it's both. We follow our human nature, and it's natural to be upset and anxiety-ridden with what's going on in America today. This stuff has been going on for a long time. The great slave experiment is over. The great stepping on our necks is over. You pushed people down too far, and we can't even buy from the company store anymore, men and ladies who subscribe to these things. The days of stepping on the necks of human beings in America is over. And I'm not predicting anything. I'm just observing. You guys stepped in shit and thought it would come up smelling roses. Guess what? Why don't you sit down in the corner, put your foot up, and smell your own feet?